Hello, welcome to Goldilocks and the Silver Fox. I am Joanne, and
I'm Carl.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope you are having a fabulous day. So that you guys can get to know us a little bit, we are going to start this segment off with 5 questions. Or, I don't know, let's just see how many questions. All right, let's get to know Carl a little bit. Carl, what are 3 things that annoy you most?
About you or in general?
No, in general. Good heavens.
So 3 things that annoy me most. So when you're out and about and people shuffle their feet, like they're can't pick their feet up.
Right. Their feet, yeah.
Their feet, yeah. It drives me crazy. I for whatever reason, I can hear it like a mile away, and it just comes to me, and I can't tune that out anymore.
Okay.
So apparently I have these little tics where I pick up little noises, and I can't tune them out. So
Right.
and then I focus on them and obsess about it. So that's probably number 1.
Okay. He typically walks around life annoyed, so it's just surprising that he can't nail this down. But that's okay.
I think, and that's the thing.
He's on the spot. He's on the spot.
I'm on the spot, and it's like so many little things annoy me, so I think it's trying to think of 3. The second thing that really annoys me is loud talkers when I'm eating dinner or food with them, lunch, or we go out, whatever. If they're sitting across from me, loud talkers project their voice, and other stuff gets projected too. So food will fling out, just stuff will fling out, and it absolutely grosses me out. So I have to put a menu or something in between us to protect, like a little shield to protect my food.
Yes, yes.
So,
all right, you're doing good. You're doing good so far. All right, so that's 2 things.
That's 2 things.
You got one more thing. I know there's so many. You're gonna have to, just nail that down a little bit. And
you think of anything?
I'm just absolutely shocked that you didn't say my family.
Well, it's supposed to be a get to know us podcast. So I was saving that for down the road.
We're saving that. Okay. Well, then yeah, just think of something. I mean, there's so many things.
If we're eating and we have a group together,
It's all about the food.
It's all about the food. Apparently, I'm a germaphobe too. So if we're eating, and then people that I know don't wash their hands or they're not clean, and they stick their hands in a bag of chips and start rummaging through food or other stuff like that, I can't eat it. Yeah, I have to walk away and open another bag.
I can identify with that completely. Let us know if you can identify with any of those quirky things that Carl. They're not even quirky, honestly. The shuffling is. Although now that we've been married for 33 years, so he's been talking about that for 33 years. So now when I'm out and about and somebody shuffles, it somehow his obsession with it has impacted me, and now it drives me crazy as well. Whereas before I probably could have tuned it out. I don't know. Anyway, let us know what your thoughts are on that. So Carl, do you have a question for me?
What are things that annoy you about me?
Okay, all right. Well, one thing that annoys me about you, and did you notice I had no hesitation in being able to answer this question?
I'm actually regretting asking that question. I want to take it back.
Well, do you want to take it back? Okay. One thing that annoys me about you is how annoyed you get just in general in life. Like, things just annoy you, which is like, oh my gosh, like, chill out. So that's one thing. You're easily annoyed. So that's one thing that does sort of annoy me. Another thing that annoys me about you is that you're just a slob. and here's what's funny. This is what's interesting, you guys, is that Carl can be very, like, his car, he takes immaculate care of it. At his work, he does an excellent job. But he leaves a trail behind him. And so that's annoying to me.
I'm still regretting asking this question.
Yeah. So question 3, just this so our audience can get to know us. And I know the answer to this one.
All right, go ahead.
But share with the world, what is your favorite band?
My favorite band is AC/DC. I was kind of obsessed with AC/DC growing up. And so.
And he still is.
I still am. I'm still 17 in my head. Nothing's changed, and I haven't grown up in a lot of ways. But, it just, that music motivates me, gets me going, and gives me some adrenaline, and drink a pot of coffee, listen to AC/DC, and life is good. Yeah. If you were to choose and money wasn't an issue right now, where would you like to go traveling in this world?
If money wasn't an issue, and do I have to pick one place, or? Yeah, it's actually
your dream vacation. Where would you like to go?
Dream vacation, like one dream vacation. Well, one dream that I have is to RV around the United States, particularly the perimeter. So that is a dream that I have.
And tell them about the RV we have.
Yeah, so we have a 1967 Airstream, It was my father's. My father was the second owner of it only. And then I inherited it. And it's fantastic. I love it because it's a 67, so it's completely retro. We did do some upgrades on it, but we tried to keep as much original as we possibly could. But obviously we had to upgrade the wiring and things like that. But like, it's got the original kitchen sink in it, which I love. The bathroom's pretty much original except for the faucets. We did the wiring and the plumbing and all of that kind of stuff, but we kept as much the same as we could. We did have to redo the countertops though. But it's adorable. I love it. It's like, what, 22 feet?
I think it's 24, 26, actually. It's actually pretty big.
Okay.
But apparently we like retro type things.
We do.
And we like to restore things.
We definitely like
fix things up, and we do like traveling in that.
And
I agree with that. So that's, for me, it's always been Route 66. So hopefully one day soon we'll
get to do that.
Do Route 66 with the Airstream.
I'll bring you guys along. We did the 3 questions. Let's move on from that. All right, friends, here we go. This is They're a 10, but we're going to let Carl go first. So if you've never played this, what he's going to do is going to have to hit the spinner, and then he'll have to pick a card that corresponds with
the spinner. They're an 8, but they wipe their mouth and say yuck every time you try to kiss them on the lips.
Oh, wow. Okay. Nothing like a good dose of rejection. All right, so I'm ready. I'm ready when you are.
I think the word, in quotes, yuck, kind of sells it right there.
It does sell it. It does sell it.
There's probably an issue. So, all right. So what do you think our answers are going to be?
Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Oh!
You made them a 5 because they say yuck?
I thought you would only make them a 5.
If they're saying yuck, that's total rejection right there.
But they're an 8. They're an 8. You might be thinking, you're pretty hot. I can deal with you disrespecting me.
No disrespect.
No disrespect.
Kick him in the ass, out the door.
Hey. All right. Okay, I got a neutral. This one's a 5.5, you guys, a 5.5. They can only have sex in complete darkness with Kid Cudi playing. And I don't know if I said cootie correct, C-U-D-I. All right.
Read that again.
So let's read it again. They're a 5.5, so they're almost a 6.
Right.
And they can only have sex in complete darkness with Kid Cudi playing. So I don't think the darkness is an issue, but perhaps, I don't know who, we should find out who Kid Cudi is. Hold on. Okay, so just in case you guys didn't know, Kid Cudi is indeed a rapper. If you're already a 5, it's not like you're a 10, and I can deal with it and make myself maybe perhaps enjoy the music. If you're just starting out as a 5, I'm sorry, I can't. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, so, the whole lights out thing, I like spotlights and all kinds of lights and... like I'm on stage.
It's ridiculous. It's true, you guys. I'm sorry. And we don't need to go there. It's a little TMI, but yeah.
And, I love music. I love all genres of music, but rap is not my favorite. So,
right.
If we had the lights on and AC/DC would blare, and I'd probably move it up to maybe an 8 or a 9. But,
he would indeed then.
Just saying.
Yeah, that's true. All right, your turn.
All right. They're a 2, but they're great at putting a duvet cover on the comforter and offer to do it every time.
Okay. Duvet cover on the comforter, and they basically are great at making the bed. They're a 2, but they're happy to make the bed every day. Does that level them up for you? Carl could care less about making the bed. I told you guys he's a slob, and that does not help them level up.
No.
Now, for somebody with OCD in the home environment, that would, I think, help them level up at least a notch to a 3, but not for Carl.
If it said they loved messing up the bed, maybe I would level it up. But just who cares if they're going to make the bed afterwards?
It is. I think it's a nice gesture.
It's a nice gesture, but, it's not leveling anything up over here.
Okay, I've got an 8 on my hands, you guys. But they might have a negative trait, which is they have a laugh that sounds like a fucked up car horn. And the card literally says that. All right, so they look good.
We actually know somebody that has a...
Indeed. So they're an 8, but their laugh is obnoxious.
Oh, my goodness.
So
okay.
Carl has got to guess where does that put the person? And I'm ready. I'm ready.
They're an 8. Okay.
Yeah, they're an 8.
All right.
Are you ready?
Ready.
1, 2, 3. So Carl said that I would take it to a 5, but I took him down to a 3. I can't deal with it.
Thinking, so if I changed it to what I would think, it would probably be pretty much down to a 2 because I love to laugh. I love to have fun. And I'm always saying corny stuff. But if someone laughed like that and they sounded like a messed up car horn, I wouldn't be able to do it. No. Well, actually, it might entertain me more. So, it might make me laugh more.
So
actually,
maybe
it would make me laugh more.
Maybe you did want the 5 subconsciously.
Yeah, so maybe I do.
But I couldn't go out in public with somebody that laughed like that. It would be too much for me.
What was the girl on Friends that Chandler did?
Oh, yeah.
What was her name?
Oh, gosh, I don't remember.
Everybody, you know her name.
Yeah, we all know her name.
The funny laugh she had.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Janice.
Yeah. So, all right. So, that's a hard one.
Janice was like, do the laugh, Carl.
There
it is. Yeah. That was Janice.
Yours is more from Dumb and Dumber, the most annoying sound in the world.
True.
So, anyways.
True.
But, so the weird laugh, it actually would annoy the shit out of me. And it's also, too, with someone that can't stop talking. It's like my mind needs a rest once in a while. So, those are kind of both up in the same area because, I'm not someone that I could deal with the quirky sounds.
No, he can't even deal with regular, normal sounds that people make. So an annoying laugh, I think, would be tough.
It would be entertaining for a while, and then I'd have to move on.
Yeah.
And then it would kind of be embarrassing because every time you go out, everybody stops what they're doing and turns
That's
around
right. And looks at you, yeah. And Carl is not an extrovert, so he wouldn't like that.
Unless I have a guitar in my hand. That's the only time I'm an extrovert.
Right.
But, that's a whole nother story.
Then you still sort of wear your sunglasses a lot, like if you're performing in front of somebody.
No, I only did that
when you're singing.
The very first time I had to sing my first song
for
the band.
Fair enough.
So, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah,
so
we'll get into that
later.
Another one. All right, do we want to keep going on this game, or are we wrapping the game up?
Let's do a couple more.
Yes.
So, all right, there are 2,
and
Joanne just loves this kind of conversation. So
there are 2,
okay. And I can't wait to see how she does this. But so there are 2, but whenever you fart, they claim it as their own, so you don't have to be embarrassed.
Oh God. Okay. Okay. And that's supposed to be a positive. This is disgusting.
That's a positive trait.
No.
She or he is taking the blame, so
Yeah.
you don't have to be embarrassed.
That's incredible.
So you could just rip one out.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
And I love you so much. I would take the blame for you.
Wow.
If you were to do that
Thank
in
you.
public.
Well, let's get to the scoring. I'm ready. I've scored them to a 1 because it's just disgusting. Who would be so subservient that they would do that? I can't even.
I give them a 5.
Carl, he levels them up to a 5.
Level them up. Yeah.
Incredible.
Again, it's more for the entertainment value of it. Because I'd be just blowing them out, just like
oh
and then
my
looking
God,
over.
I can't. All right, I've just rolled a 10. Thank God I've just rolled a 10. I need to think about a 10 right now. All this fart talk, I can't even. Okay. All right, mine's a 10, but they've got a negative trait. So let's read about this. They're a 10, but they think not bathing at all brings out a natural, clean scent. So not bathing. I'm ready. 1, 2, 3, go. Yeah, we both went down to a 1.
Yeah.
I take bodily hygiene probably to an extreme. And so I can't have a non-bather. I can't deal with that.
Gross.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. If you don't bathe and you're listening, please go take a shower right now. Please.
In fact, I'm ready to go take a shower.
For
just humanity.
About it. Yeah, please. Yeah, just thinking about it, Carl's ready to go take a shower.
So I guess if they're a 10 from afar, they would stay at 10, but when you got close to realized what they're doing.
They're just disgusting.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, if they don't bathe, their hair is greasy, and they're not a 10. There's no such thing
true.
as a 10
I was
with
thinking the
disgusting
same
hair.
thing.
Yeah, no.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
So, and if you were at the beach or in a swimming pool, like if they jumped in the pool, to be an oil slick around them.
Yeah, you couldn't be in the same pool. Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah, that's rough. That's tough. All
go.
right, moving on.
Spin, Carl, spin.
They're a 4, but they have adult braces that are coming off in 6 months.
Huh. All right.
All
right.
Okay.
I'm ready to score it.
Yes. Ready?
We both scored him a 4.
Exactly the same.
I'm seeing you now. First impressions are everything. I'm seeing you now. I'm not waiting 6 months for you to get your braces off.
Exactly.
Yeah,
good for you if you got the braces.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's awesome. Do it. Absolutely.
And maybe once they're off, we can
Right.
score it. But you
Right.
know, if you're a 4, you're a 4.
Yeah, that's right. All right.
My go?
Yep, your go.
I got a 3.
Okay.
I'm rounding up.
So Carl's is a 3, which means not that attractive.
They're a 3.
Not very attractive. You might not
3.
want to, but they're good
but
quality.
They got a positive trait.
Yes.
Oh wow. Mm-hmm. They're a 3, but they can play the flute so well that it brings you to tears.
Okay.
So they're very talented.
They're very talented, and they can evoke emotion in you.
Yeah.
They're a 3.
They're a 3.
But they can provide you with just this feeling of almost euphoria. Okay. So, I've got my number. I'm going with you should say it first. I know what I'm going with.
Well, I'm going to preface it because I could go 2 ways. So.
Okay.
If
I'm going with a 5, just so you guys know. He's dragging it out.
So, if they're a 3 and they can bring emotions out of me and the lights are on, I give them a 4.
Oof.
If they're bringing these emotions to me and the lights off, maybe I'll make them a 6.
I see. Yes.
Because I have happy emotions, but I don't have to look at them.
Right.
Just saying.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I guess it's back to the whole light thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Your spin.
Interesting. Yes, it is my spin. Okay. I have spun a 4 also. Well, actually, he was a 3. So I've spun a 4, so it's neutral zone. So they're a 4, and they refuse to let you see them cry. Okay. I'm taking them down to a 3.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Now, I don't need any crybabies on my hands, okay? You're a man's man. You're not a big crier. But...
What's the... It says they refuse to let you see them.
They refuse, yeah. So, not that I need a pansy ass,
right?
That wants to cry every 5 minutes and make me see it. I don't need that in my life either. But, the occasional really sharing, getting deep, and then crying is okay. It's okay. So, I'm leveling them up to a 5 for... No, wait, what did I say? They refused to... Okay, so they started as a 4... But they refuse to let me see them cry, so I'm going to go down to a 3. Going down to a 3.
Wow, you hold that against them.
Yes, because they will never share any true emotion with me.
Well...
Like I said, I don't need a pansy, but at the same time, you got to be okay with showing some emotion.
Yeah, so times have changed. So, I grew up in the culture where men don't show a lot of emotion, and men aren't supposed to be seen crying.
Right. Right.
So I don't hold that against them.
But I don't think you'd refuse to cry in front of me. I don't think you'd be a blabbering baby about it. But I don't think you would absolutely leave the room if you were in an in-depth thing and you were. I mean, what if somebody very close to us passed away? I mean, you're not going to leave the room and not let me see you shed a little tear. Yes. Oh my gosh!
I'm going to walk out of the room and
no, I don't think so. I think he would
uncry in a private spot.
I think he would cry a little bit in front of me. I think a little. I think me. Yeah, I think you would.
No. It's okay nowadays for men to cry, but I give that person the same score. Whatever they were a 4, I'll leave them at a 4.
He's leaving him at a 4.
I think that's a.
Interesting. I'm taking them down just one notch because you got to show some emotion.
No,
so
it would depend.
It's your spin, go.
It would depend what the scenario.
My God, will you leave my bike alone?
So, just if you guys heard that, she's literally referring to her bike. I'm not doing anything else in here.
Wow. All right, he's a 2. Oof. Boy, it better be a really positive trait.
So a 2. They're a 2. Joanne would like this. I don't know if it really does much for me.
All right.
So they're a 2, but they have an indoor swimming pool with a slide.
Oh, okay. I have my answer.
So what is it?
If they're a 2, but they have an indoor swimming pool with a slide, they've definitely leveled up to at least a 4 for me.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's only because Joanne loves.
I love swimming. I love swimming. Always have.
Swimming.
Yeah.
So she'd put on those dark goggles and just,
That's right.
cloud her vision and
Not
enjoy
everything
the pool.
has to go that we could just be friends.
Well, I don't mean that. I'm just
Okay.
saying, just
All right.
She swims with these like blue and dark colored goggles. So
I do. Because it protects my eyes from the sun, not from your face.
So they're a 2 and they have a pool. I could care less about the pool.
Right, Carl could care less.
So they stay at 2.
They stay at 2. Okay, fair enough. Okay. We all have our things,
Yeah. Oh, God.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it.
Oh, boy.
They're
all
a 10,
right,
but...
so they're a 10. Mm-hmm. I almost can't read this.
Okay.
They've never once cut their toenails in their life.
Oof. Okay, in their life.
Oh my God!
I already know that Carl's picking a 1.
Oh Lord!
As would I.
I'm visualizing that. I'm like,
right.
I'm having a rough time.
It's just destroyed his entire day.
Yeah, I don't know how you could be a 10. I mean, Jesus.
And you're not a 10.
No.
You can't be a 10 if you don't take care of your toes.
Maybe you're. Yeah, I know. I don't know how you can take care of everything else and not that.
Right.
And maybe you're a 10 until you took your shoes off.
Well, I don't know that your shoes never could go on if they've never clipped their toenails.
Well, they'd be some long ass clown shoes.
They'd be wearing flip flops all the time, which Carl loves.
Sake, yes.
Carl loves people's feet so much that he loves it when they wear flip flops.
Yeah.
Which is complete sarcasm. I know you guys can't see my face right now, but you would understand if you could that was sarcasm.
That's pretty gross. So
yeah,
if I could go lower than 1, I would.
Right.
So it's a 1.
Right. It's a 1. There you go.
One more.
Well.
You spend
I have to spend. Okay, here we go. That's right. We did start off with you, didn't we? Okay. I picked a 4 again. They're a professional Paul McCartney impersonator. And for some people that might be very sexy, but for me, I could give 2 shits. So they're staying at a 4, honestly. How about you, Carl?
Yeah, I mean, I like music, but if... Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. It doesn't do anything for me. I'm not changing it, lowering, or anything else.
All right, so we're going to do a little improv here, and we have our producer, Amanda, and she is going to start us off with a, what do you call that? A prompt. A prompt, yeah, a topic or a prompt. All right, let's give it a go.
Walking into a library.
All right, walking into a library, I passed by the bathroom and heard a bunch of racket in there.
Like a trumpet, like a band.
Yeah.
Like a marching band.
Mm-hmm. Like a marching band, okay? Yeah, and
thunder and lightning.
I wanted to leave because that's my personal gut reaction, is to get as far away from that train wreck as I possibly can.
And then you found a book on crafting.
Mm-hmm. I did indeed. So I went up to the register for the automatic checkout, but the machine was not working properly. It wouldn't scan.
So I looked around. I looked over my shoulder to see if anybody was looking. And I was going to actually think about running out with the book.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But, and I shouldn't even be the one saying this part, but then, because the noises that I had to come across when I came into the library made me have to go into the bathroom.
I'm lactose intolerant, and I had 3 milkshakes.
Oof. Yeah. So I had to go into the bathroom, but I brought that book with me, and then I was breezing through it as I was dealing with my milkshake situation, and I decided I didn't want to check it out after all.
Because you read the whole damn book while you're sitting there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you're supposed to say I. You're not talking about me, because I don't do those things.
I was there for so long, I read the entire book. Mm-hmm. And then while I was sitting there, I realized there was no toilet paper.
Ooh. Yeah, so I had to tear the pages from the book and use them for the toilet paper. But knowing that book pages will not flush properly,
I laid them in a pile next to me.
Ooh.
and quietly walked out and waited for everybody to leave the bathroom before I walked out.
The end.
That went down a really bad road.
Using the pages.
All right, friends, that is a wrap for today. We hope that you will join us next week.
We enjoyed doing this podcast, and we hope you enjoyed listening to it. So please follow us along.
And the silver fox